Hey, holy cow, it says we're live. No, actually, holy dog. The dog is jumping over the moon or barking at the moon or whatever it is. The dog. And so I named this one WI, today's I. I'm going over some stuff. Today's adventure of 100 days. And I told you I would keep you up to speed on what's going. So yesterday, I recorded 3 podcast episodes that aren't going to come out for a little while. But I really I'll give you the numbers because I want you to pay attention to them. Numbers 9, 52, 54, and 56. Now, they'll be out later in February. But pay attention to those because here's what we're talking about. We're talking about the adventure. Now, this adventure of 100 days goes from now till April 16th, the day after tax day in the U.S. Excuse me. And here's the point. The point is in that 100 days, I'm going to reach 40 million people. And I'm going to show you exactly how I do that. Now, maybe reaching 40 million people doesn't mean jack to you, and that's okay. But there's a lot of people that I work with that would love to know how to reach 40 million people. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm doing. Now, that 40 million is part of my larger goal of 300 million by October. Actually, by November 5th, but I'm pretending that's October 14th. And I told the story of that in another show. But anyway, this first 100 days matters a lot. It's 40 million, and there's a growth trajectory that'll get me where I need to go. Here's the point. My commitment is to reach 300 million people with what? With dollar bills? No. With some kind of pablum? No. With 3 important things. With a message, and the message is contained in WIPOS. WIPOS. No, not whippus. That sounds terribly. Whipos. I don't know. I'll figure out how to say that. Maybe you have some ideas. Tell me how you'd say it. WIPOS. Not whippus. Wipus. Whipos. I'll go with whipos. Whipos. All right? Because I already have WITOT. Those of you that know me know what that stands for. But whipos. Yesterday, or a couple of days ago, I talked about the W. Today, I'm going to talk about the I. But let me tell you what that is. Because it's time. It's time for you to take control of your destiny. It's time for you to create anything you want to create. And if you're not, the only reason is because you're not using the tools, the leverage, and the opportunities that are in front of you. You're as smart as I am. I know that. Maybe you're smarter than I am. Maybe you're way smarter than I am. I don't know. But here's what I know. If you use your greatest gifts and talents, and you make a choice to live in love and service, you can be happy, you can make all the money you want, you can make the impact in the world you want. That I know. There's absolutely no way that is not true. If you'd like to talk about how for your specific circumstance, let's talk individually. I love doing that. I meet at least 10 people every week that are brand new. Okay, and the KellanFluckigerMedia.com, there's a contact form on there. So if you'd like to be one of them, let's talk. And it's not a sales call, and I'm not trying to sell you anything or whatever. I'm very interested in your growth and success because my commitment this year is to reach 300 million people with a message that you can create anything you want, with the method to show you how, and with mastery of the skills and mindset to get it done. Now, you're free to give up and say, no way, or you're free to say, you know what, it's about time. I stepped into my power and all that nonsense. It's not nonsense, but all that sort of cliche stuff we hear. What if it's true? I've discovered it is true. It's true for me. It's true for clients I'm working with. I saw a client today that posted something for 2025 that was really impressive, and they've been through some really difficult times in the last year or two that we've been working together, and they have committed to this exponential explosion, and I know they're going to get it. I know they're going to get it. And the reason I know is because of who they've chosen to be. So WIPOS is a magic formula, and I say magic because, Kellan, I'm the ultimate alchemist. You know what an alchemist is? An alchemist is one of those weird people that used to sit around in robes in the Middle Ages, and they were trying to turn base metals into valuable metals, lead into gold, as it were. What if you can? Now, I don't know about actual lead into gold. You have to mess with the nucleus and the atomic number and stuff, but you can turn every piece of lead in your life, every struggle, every problem, into a piece of pure gold. love, forgiveness, service, and cash. And I always add that because people get confused and they think this woo-woo stuff of, you can have anything you want is all a bunch of gobbledygook, but it doesn't do any good in the real world. That's not true. In the real world, your thoughts create your reality. They also create cash or burn cash. And quite frankly, most of us live or lived in the idea that certain things were just beyond our reach. Gobbledygook. They're going to be beyond my reach and yours if we stay stuck in the stories that they are. Yes, it takes work and perseverance. I found the best way to get there is with some good coaching and good help and good books and good programs. And heaven knows I've invested boatloads of cash over the last 17 and a half years, so long I've been on this journey, to get where I am today. But boy, am I there. I am so excited. And I have documented and written down every step on the way. And you know how you know? Look at all the books I've written. 20, working on number 21. Why? Because I want a lot of books? No, because so many things have come and happened. And I'm just delighted to share them all, every single one. Because my goal is 300 million, not just to talk to you, but to give you not just the message, but the method and the mastery. If I could get even 1/10 of that, 1/100th of that, 3 million people to go from where they are to living a life of purpose, prosperity, and joy, where they're making an impact, it changed the world. Now, here's the good part. It's not just my message. I want to spread yours. So you have a message. Would you like me to help you? Maybe you want to be a guest. Maybe you want to be on LA Talk Radio, guest on my podcast. I've got I'm coming on 1,000. We're going to cross 1,000 episodes this year. It's in the top 5% in the world. LA Talk Radio's got 1 million listeners. So you want to reach some people? I've got an opportunity for you. I love sharing people's messages, your struggles, your overcoming, your resilience, your power, the things you learn, your love, and your programs with others. Doesn't have to be mine. I'm looking for people whose mission it is to add good to the world, and I'll bet you're one of them. All right, let's get to the I. The W in WIPOS, WIPOS. We're going to call that WIPOS. All right, just for fun. Maybe we'll change the pronunciation later. I mean, I invented the word. I can change it. The W is about worth. And if you missed that episode the other day, I am blown away by the number of people who really believe they're not really worth that much. They're not really valuable. They're not really all that. Nobody would listen. Nobody cares. I'm nobody. That's not true. It never was, and it never will be. But if you believe it, the consequences and circumstances of your life are going to reflect that. The consequences and circumstances of my life and yours reflect what we believe. Not what we say, but what we actually believe. Okay? So that's what W is, your worth. And I'm not going to do the whole thing because I did that on the other one a couple of days ago. Today is I, and that is identity. Who are you? When you trash all of your accomplishments, if you strip away all the books I've written and all the programs you've done, all the money you've made or I've made, if you strip all that away, who are you? At the core, all alone when nobody's watching. That is a choice that is the most fundamental choice you or I will ever make. Because if I define myself in terms of other people's values, other people's path, other people's interests and desires, other people's schedules, I'll never make the kind of contribution and difference that I could, or neither will you. Your identity, and you can do nothing about it, you're a divine being. You're created by the Creator. I call it God. And it's very personal and meaningful for me. If you know my history, you know I died in 2018 and had 3 conversations with God at the door between life and eternity. So for me, it's very personal. For you, it's whatever it is. But you're a creation of that. You're a child of God. Now, you can blow that off and say, so what? Or you can say, wow, if that's true, no, not if, since that's true, whoa, that means I have divine DNA. That means I have divine gifts. That means I have divine opportunities. Wow. And just the full awareness of that truth will change significantly how you meet each challenge and each opportunity every day. I promise you. So here's the thing with I challenge you to go to the mirror as soon as you're done with this call, to go to the mirror and look in your eyes and see divinity. I don't care how many mistakes you've made. I don't care if you used to see self-loathing as recently as yesterday. Let's love what we are right now, because where we are and what we are right now is all we got to work with. That's it. And if we pretend we're something else when we start working, that's like going to the gym, right? And I'm some kind of a weekend warrior and I'm pretending I can do all this stuff and I go try, and then the next day I can't move. Can't walk, wrecked some stuff, pulled some muscles, out of commission for a month. Okay, so don't pretend. Don't criticize, don't be judgmental, don't be brutal, but be honest. Go to the mirror and love yourself. You beautiful divine being, you. Start from that. Your worth is infinite. Your identity is divine. Now, given those starting points, tomorrow I'm going to do the P, and we're going to go through WIPOS, WIPOS, as a launching pad to help you see who you really are. Now back to 40 million. My goal is 40 million by April 16th. If you have a way to help me reach 40 million, I'd love to talk. If you have a story you want me to share on one of my shows, I'd love to talk, because I love meeting people. I love seeing your divinity, your greatness, your yearning, your passion, your resilience. I love it. I love it. It makes me so excited and happy. You're glorious. And another thing I'm doing that's part of this whole message thing is at the end of February, in about 5 weeks or 6 weeks, February the 24th, I'm starting a book workshop that's going to take every person in that workshop all the way from an idea in their head to a finished book, an Amazon #1 bestseller, published online in real paperback, in your hand book. You'll have it. It'll be an Amazon bestseller, and you'll have a course created from it. Now, I don't know anybody else that does that all the time, all at once. I'm the best there is about that, and I'll tell you why. Because I've got a boatload done of my own and of others. So if that interests you, pay attention, because I'll be talking about that a little bit more later. Registration will open soon. It'll start February 24th. February 24th, there's going to be a workshop. It's going to take some months, but you'll have a book done, edited, published, bestseller, and you'll have a product done you can sell to make money, but more importantly, to make an impact with the heart and soul that you yearn to use to make a difference for yourself and others. I love you. I'm doing this because this is my way of reaching 40 million. This is my way of loving you. This is my way of making my difference in the world. If you can help me and you want to, reach out. KellanFluckigerMedia.com. Use the contact form. And if you have a story you want to tell, let's talk. We'll see you, magic people, tomorrow.